Yo, what up, chat? What up, YouTube? What up, everybody, man? I appreciate y'all coming through once again, bruh. We doing it again. Yeah, man. So you guys, for some apparent reason, man, are like, you guys are obsessed. It's like you guys are obsessed with Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are obsessed with Joe Rogan. Like, you guys keep sending me videos on Joe Rogan with Taekwondo kicks and everything like that. I mean, again, I want you guys to remember Joe Rogan, you know, yeah, he may have been a national champion. I'm not pretty sure. I got to go and do the research on that. We might go do the research on that. I think he was a state champion. I don't think he was national champion. If I'm wrong, we're going to go do the research. Trust me, we're going to do the research. I've been in martial arts. I've been in Taekwondo my whole life since I was 6 years old. You understand what I'm saying? I've competed for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm aware that he did compete, but it wasn't on that Olympic level. I mean, I remember Coach Juan Moreno was talking about that in the podcast with Herb Perez, how he's talking about, you know, that Joe Rogan said some stuff that was kind of, you know, overstepping. You know what I'm saying? Kind of overstepping. But anyway, you guys sent me this video, so we're definitely going to react to Joe Rogan Taekwondo kicks in the MMA fights. This is the video, man. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out what we got here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and check out what we got here. All right. Right, so Joe Rogan's Taekwondo kicks and MMA fight. So, once again, before we get started, guys, you guys are like obsessed with this guy. I mean, okay, we get it. I get it. He can do roundhouse kicks, he can do back kicks, he can do hook kicks, etc. They're powerful, they're strong. But there are more guys in Taekwondo, World Taekwondo, that actually really have medals. You know what I mean? Like Olympic champion, world champion, like Stephen Lopez, a 5-time world champion, Olympian. Coach Juan Moreno, 2-time Olympian. Terrence Jennings, Olympic bronze medalist. Herb Perez, Grandmaster Herb Perez, Olympic gold medalist. You got these guys that've been around the way. Myself, I'm a multi-medalist myself. You know what I'm saying? National and world. You know what I'm saying? You got Damian Villa, multi world champion. I mean, there's many people, you know what I'm saying, that have the same skills, if not better than this guy. You know what I'm saying? But you guys are just so obsessed with this guy. So anyway, let's just we're going to do a reaction to this, man, starting from the very beginning. So without further ado,
Joe Rogan is a certified beast. I mean, just listen to the whipping sounds of his roundhouses. He has trained with some of the best coaches and fighters, and they're all impressed with his kicking. For example, this is Mark Della Grotti, one of the international conservators of Muay Thai. Then this is multiple world champion Liam Harrison, one of the best Muay Thai fighters of all time, barely able to handle holding pads for Joe Rogan.
Now that's one thing I can say, that Taekwondo is not, especially Olympic style, that they're not doing too much emphasis on, is punching. Now, punches are scoring, but they're not punching to the face. And I think this is what differentiates, you know, Olympic style Taekwondo from karate and MMA, UFC, all these other sports. Now, I'm not saying that they should start punching to the face. What I am saying is that I believe they really should start working more on punching techniques. Now, mind you, Taekwondo is supposed to be hand, foot, and way of life. Hand, foot, and way of life. But Olympic style Taekwondo requires 90% of the time you're kicking, 10% of the time you're punching. And it should be a balance. It should be equal. That's why I believe Joe Rogan said what he said earlier in one of my earliest videos, that you're gonna see at the end of this video. I'll make sure that I put that right up there on the other side over there that you guys can see, and you'll be able to see that that other video, what he said about Taekwondo. Even though he was a Taekwondo practitioner himself. Let's go.
Don't give me too power.
Many people say that Taekwondo does not work in Muay Thai and MMA, but that is not exactly true. To examine this, one of the best examples is through analysing Joe Rogan's kicks. Many people don't know this today. Rogan is not just a BJJ black belt. He was the USA national champion in Taekwondo.
That's questionable. That's questionable. I think it was state champion. I don't think it was national. I think it was state. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's the questionable thing is right there. That's the questionable thing that we're gonna do. We're gonna go through that because you guys, you know, again, you guys love Joe Rogan. You know, you love his podcast. You love what he's saying. You love that the fact that he's a UFC commentator, etc. Blah blah blah. Great. I don't have nothing against Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I'd like to meet him one day. However, I don't think it was a national championship. I think it was a state championship. That's just my opinion as of right now until we find out. Let's go.
His Taekwondo kicks are as high level as anyone.
That's a back kick.
Fight fans, welcome back to another episode of Striking Breakdowns, where there won't be any cancelling of Joe Rogan.
Nice hook.
In this episode, we feature how Taekwondo can be utilised in real fights such as MMA and Muay Thai. But first...
And I also believe that he actually is, I would believe is actually better than a lot of the fighters that are in the ring now because they don't really know how to technically kick properly. Taekwondo teaches you how to kick properly. Other than maybe kickboxing or Muay Thai, maybe, but Taekwondo definitely teaches you how to kick properly. And this is the advantage that he has, Joe Rogan has, over many fighters in the MMA and UFC or whatever you want to call it, mixed martial arts, whatever. You feel me? Let's go.
A message from Joe Rogan about Taekwondo's effectiveness.
When I first got into martial arts, the martial art I got into was Taekwondo. And you know, as we're seeing in MMA, Taekwondo is not the most effective martial art. But there's some techniques in Taekwondo that are very effective.
Right.
And we're just starting to see them now.
Yeah.
One of the big ones is the turning side kick or the spinning back kick.
Even one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time considered Joe Rogan's spinning back kicks the best he's ever seen.
Man, do you mind if I check, man, and if I get you and Yeah. Because I'm gonna learn.
Look at that. Wow.
Like, it's the best way to see someone who does it the best, you know, and learn from it.
The spinning
St. Pierre had to freaking video record Joe Rogan's back kick because he's like, whoa, I need to see that. I need to go over that. This is what I mean. It's like, bro, Taekwondo is going to start to get its respect. Straight like that. You feel me? Taekwondo is going to get its respect. Taekwondo is going to get its respect. Taekwondo is going to get people to start to understand how effective it is. And all the people that were in Taekwondo, you understand? That has been medalists, that has been put their blood, sweat, and tears in the sport of Taekwondo. They're going to start getting their recognition. Straight like that. Yes. If I have anything to do with it, it's going to happen. Let's go.
The back kick is perhaps the most effective kick that Taekwondo fighters employ. For example, the Muay Thai legend Chang Puek Yesonit has been knocked out twice with this attack. This has happened many times to Muay Thai fighters who do not prepare for this attack. Because they're not prepared, they don't see it coming. Chang Puek was dominating for a full 2 rounds before Michael Thompson landed his kick on him.
That back kick took him out. And that'll break ribs, bro. That back kick will break ribs. I got a video of me when I was like 16 at the US Open. I was like 16 at the US Open. I fought Canada in like the quarterfinal or something like that. Or I don't know, or like preliminaries. Jump back kick to the face, knockout. Boom! Straight knockout. It's on recording somewhere. I gotta find it. I'll try to put it on the channel somewhere. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Here's Joe Rogan demonstrating the spinning back kick with famous MMA coach and kickboxer Dwayne Ludwig. The mechanics of a great spinning back kick is split into 2 main actions. In Taekwondo, it is first trained by perfecting the side kick. Without a good side kick, one cannot throw a good spinning back kick. Once the side kick is proficient enough, a turn is added into it. This turn adds a torquing action into the side kick, which amplifies its power. Note the hip rotation and core rotation involved into the kick. The spinning back kick is indeed a side kick added by the torque produced by the hips and core. Using the heel to hit the target is ideal, as it is an extremely hard bone that can deal a lot of damage. It's perhaps the most powerful strike in all of striking.
Bam! That back
One of the
kick
biggest
is
mistakes
mean.
is spinning around with the kick,
Look at that.
rather than follow through with the kick as if it was a side kick. The step through spinning back kick is the most powerful variation of the spinning back kick. Instead of firing the kick from an orthodox stance, this variation is executed by switching into the opposite stance and taking an extra big step to execute the spin. By doing so,
let me tell you something, that step back kick is mean. That'll take ribs out, have people throw. I've seen people throw up. I remember 2000, this was juniors. I remember 2000, year 2000. Year 2000 Junior National Championship. I remember Jeff Jenkins did a step back kick on a guy named James Wong. I believe his name is James Wong in the final, maybe in the final or the semifinal. Yeah, I think it was semifinal. I don't remember. But bro, literally, boom, he hit him right in the stomach. And it is 16-year-old kids. These are kids who are 14 to 17. Hit him in the stomach, back kick, boom. Jeff Jenkins, bam, he hits him with the back kick. The kid turns around and runs to the trash can, throwing up, threw up. This is what I'm saying. Listen, back kick is serious. Taekwondo, I'm telling you, Taekwondo is where it's at. You feel me? Let's go.
it carries 2 momentum spins and covers more range than any other strike.
Vicious.
The double roundhouse is the next technique. It is used in
that's my favorite, bro. Oh my God, bro. The same kick that you got. Oh my gosh, chat. Remember what I said. Not you guys, not you, but the people that be talking that smack, that are literally trolls. They're the ones that say, "No, bro, doubles don't work." Okay, doubles don't work. Okay, no problem. I'll go ahead and I'll put them doubles on you. We'll see then. Huh?
Taekwondo for scoring 2 points or sometimes even more.
Right to the
In real
face.
striking sports though, it can be used to draw a check and attack elsewhere.
Woo! Wow! Boom!
The next kick is the 2-touch spinning kick. It starts with a side kick as a touching feint, and then jumps into a spinning back kick. Raymond Daniels is famous for learning this attack.
Boom.
It is important to discuss why these attacks were phased out of MMA and Muay Thai, but now it's truly resurfacing.
Bam!
They do work, but only if one learns proper fundamentals first.
If you think about like the reason why Taekwondo worked, like it works in a Taekwondo tournament, is because guys weren't allowed to punch in the face.
Now here's the thing, man. He says one video he says Taekwondo is trash. And then in this video he says Taekwondo is good, but it's just not all around. So it's like, which one is it? You ask me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna learn Taekwondo so I can learn how to kick. I'm gonna learn how to box so I can learn how to punch. I'm gonna do some jiu-jitsu so I can learn how to have some groundwork. And then I'm gonna master all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then have a full around game. That's fire. Now, we're not gonna get into that part, but that's fire. That's really all you need. My personal opinion. That's my personal opinion, to have an all-around game. You know what I mean? Let's go.
They weren't allowed to take you down, and they weren't allowed to leg kick you. That's why Taekwondo guys would stand in front of each other like that, and they would just work on all these crazy kicks. But under those parameters, those kicks would work. Well, those kicks still work once you learn how to defend those other parameters. Punches in the face, takedowns, jiu-jitsu, leg kicks. Once you learn how to defend those, then it sort of opens up the opportunities to have those kicks in as well. But the reality is, most guys don't know those techniques because it's too difficult to pull those techniques off when you're learning wrestling, when you're learning kickboxing. The best way to learn those techniques is actually to learn them in a vacuum. Learn them through straight Taekwondo, where you don't get punched in the face. You learn how to do them, you learn the dexterity, and then when you learn all the techniques of MMA, you already have those in your arsenal. So you have everything else, and then you're like, you know what? I think I could hit this guy in the face with an axe kick. I think I can hit this guy in the face with a wheel kick. He wouldn't know it's coming. He doesn't know what a spinning back kick looks like. He doesn't know what a 360 roundhouse kick looks like. They're not used to it. So it
i.e. not a bond.
Opens up doors if you learn those other techniques, because you learn how to nullify them, or you learn when there's an opening.
This is why on this channel we spend so much time featuring Muay Thai and kickboxing dominating traditional martial arts. Take a recovery side kick for example. Most people would scoff at this technique because oftentimes it looks ugly, but this technique has been used effectively in Muay Thai when a roundhouse misses. Manson Gibson's usage against the great Ernesto Hoost was brilliant. Whenever he was out of position from a side or spin, he would recover and reset with a side kick. Not many people can use a side kick like a jab today, like Manson Gibson and the MMA fighter.
They're doing it now. They're using a side kick like a cut, a side kick cut like a jab today. That's what they're doing. World Taekwondo, Olympic style, they're using that cut as a jab. That it's a cut, like, but it's like a side kick. That's really what all like a cut really is. It's like a side kick. Just a sharp, real quick sharp cut. You know what I mean?
Fighter you see here.
Boom, see? Oh my God. Yep,
Perhaps the most...
That exact move is what's being used in Taekwondo today. He's just coming up and pushing off just like that.
Famous Taekwondo kick that also exists in Muay Thai and kickboxing is the question mark kick. This is one of the most proven techniques due to Saenchai, Lurdzilla and Glabe Feitosa using it. As you probably guessed, this kick moves in the trajectory of a question mark kick, making the opponent think the kick is going low, but instead goes high. Probably the most aesthetic kick
these kicks are being... Oh, here we go.
In Taekwondo is the tornado kick.
Bam!
It's one of the hardest techniques to land in full contact striking, but it's still possible and carries a lot of power. However, one attack has generated the most amount of knockouts in Taekwondo, and that's the spinning heel hook kick. If this attack lands, it's got an extremely high chance of finishing the opponent. By spinning around with a big arc, the heel can carry the rotational torque and hit the jaw or temple. It doesn't land very often due to the accuracy it requires, but many Taekwondo fighters can land it. Out of all the common Taekwondo kicks, the quick lead kick is the most effective scoring technique in Muay Thai. For example, Boakau and Lurdzilla have been able to score very quick points or even KO with it. This kick doesn't require any setup and it fires straight from the spot. Most lead leg kicks require a slight switching of the stance to have any power, but if trained enough, one can generate good power with it too. Overall, I wanted to make this feature to appreciate a true legend in the martial arts space. I consider Joe Rogan a dear friend because my work would not exist without him. When I had only 10 followers, Joe noticed my work and helped promote it to the world on Twitter. It didn't make my work famous by any means, but it gave me the motivation to keep going. When things got hard, I would listen to Joe and some of his fantastic guests. It's a strange world we live in when someone like Joe Rogan's getting a council campaign.
That handwork is fire though. Let me tell you something. That handwork is what really needs, I'm telling you, that's what you really need. You need that handwork and you need Taekwondo so you can learn how to kick, bruh. And then as I always said this, right? You are going to, it's no matter what, you are going to need some sort of jiu-jitsu because groundwork, because you do not know if you'll get to the ground. But I always said, if I got great hands and I got good legs, there's a small possibility that I'm going to get to the ground if I don't let you take me to the ground. And the reason why I wouldn't let you take me to the ground, or a person just in general, shouldn't let you take them to the ground, is because their hand and their legs are too good. Like if a grappler is going to try to come forward and try to grapple, try to go after your waist or your legs, but if I throw a knee, or if I throw a roundhouse kick to the face, or a back kick like they're talking about right now, bam, bro, I'm gonna drop. You better hope I don't drop you. You know what I mean? That's just what it is.
Anyways, I just wanted to show my support to this legend and friend, whose conversations have helped me and countless others in ways that's hard to quantify. I wish him all the best, and I believe his authenticity, vulnerability, and humility will shine through. Thank you, Joe, for believing in my work when so few others did. On another note, if you're interested in learning from Saenchai, the greatest striker of all time.
Well, guys, that was a great video, man. Great video. I think that was awesome. You guys, man, I'm gonna tell you something. You guys some Joe Rogan, but let me tell you guys something, man. He has a skill that a lot of MMA fighters do not have, and that is knowing how to actually kick properly. You know what I mean? So is he definitely somebody you can listen to? Yes, but if I would say this to a lot of MMA fighters, UFC fighters. Yes, Joe Rogan is a great person to talk to when it comes to kicking, but I would research even more. I'd research even more and try to get in contact with a Grandmaster Herb Perez or a Patrice Remarque or a Coach Juan Moreno and speak to them more so on how to kick properly when it comes to roundhouse kicks, cut kicks, side kicks, back kicks, things like that. You feel me? Because they really know. They really know. Myself, TJ, and a few others. They really know. You know what I'm saying? So those of you that are MMA fighters, UFC fighters that really want to, you know what I mean, get it in and really want to, like, you know what I mean, get your game up. I'd research more other than Joe Rogan. But Joe Rogan I'm not saying he's not a good person to speak to because he does know how to kick. No disputes on that. No disputes on that. He does know how to kick. No disputes. But there are other people that really got skills that are within that same realm as Joe Rogan that Joe Rogan doesn't even speak about. He doesn't even speak about these guys. He don't speak about Steven Lopez, 5-time world champion, Olympian. He don't speak about him at all. And I think that they should be bringing up more and more of the Taekwondo world. You know what I'm saying? Because it may be considered amateur, but they're now considered professionals now. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna speak about kickboxing, if you're gonna speak about judo and jiu-jitsu, why not speak about Olympic style Taekwondo, Joe? You know what I'm saying? Why not speak about Olympic style Taekwondo? You allegedly came from that. You understand what I'm saying? You came from it. So why not speak about it? But that's neither here or there, you guys. Once again, nothing against Joe Rogan. I think he's awesome. I think he's great at commentating. I think he's great at he knows how to kick properly. My grade on this video, guys, you guys send me these crazy videos, man, but my grading on this video, I'd have to say is 7. 7, the quality is good. I mean, it shows the techniques of Taekwondo. It definitely talks highly of Taekwondo. So my grade is a 7. But yeah, guys. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Make sure you guys comment. If you guys don't like this video, if you like the video, let me know how you guys feel. Let me know, man. Make sure you guys follow my social medias, all that good stuff, bro. This was great. I think this was a good video. But again, if you guys want to send me videos, man, do so. Make sure you send them to me via IG. You can just send me you can send it to me IG. You can send me the link of the video, or you can go to my my Twitter and you can send it to me there as well. All right, guys. Awesome video. I love it. It was perfect. But you guys know the deal, man. Without further ado, peace.